Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got a Huawei P20. For me, the most anticipated handset of this year, especially after the Mate 10 Pro, which was one of my favorite handsets. Now, do bear in mind this is a review device, so you don't get the headphones in the box. To be honest, there's actually more that you get in the box that you don't have in the review unit. That was a web page from the official Huawei website. So yeah, you do get the supercharger, you do get the headphones, you do get the case, you do get the Type-C cable, a SIM opening tray tool, and so on. So bear with me in terms of the review unit, which only comes with a charger, but yeah, this is what it is. Now this is the P20, not the P20 Pro. I should get the P20 Pro next week, so I'll compare both devices. It looks stunning. I mean, absolutely brilliant. I know that the camera layout resembles a bit of the iPhone 10. I do know, now here's the funny thing, that's a speaker and the one on the left is a microphone. That's a SIM tray and there's nothing on top. I can't find any information about the speakers at all, if it's dual speakers like Mate 10 Pro or not. Obviously it's a different device, so I'm not too sure. Apparently the Pro has two speakers, this one has one loudspeaker, but yeah, as soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. Runs on Android 8.1 with MIUI motion UI, running on 8.1 as well. So a couple of features that you do get on the phone. So first of all, fingerprint ID, which is on the front with a fingerprint sensor, which also doubles up as a home button, and you can use gestures. Face unlock, if you'd like to, you can unlock your phone. It doesn't scan your face in 3D, it uses 2D mapping, but you can unlock your phone with your mugshot, which is always nice. Private space allows you to move apps and secure them behind a fingerprint. Now this is on the home screen in terms of the app lock and file save. App lock allows you to lock the apps with a fingerprint, and the file save allows you to store files behind the fingerprint lock. Then we've got the smart assistants with accessibility on top. A lot of features that, to be honest, I don't cover very often, but obviously some people might need more information, so this is what you get in the accessibility tab. Mini screen view, very useful on the 5.8-inch screen in here, which allows you to swipe on the bar and then reduce the screen size. Then you've got the shifting keyboard, which if you turn on, it shifts to either left or right, so it's easier to reach with your thumb. Voice control, motion control. So if you flip the phone, you mute it. If you pick it up, you can start talking. That's raise to ear. When you pick up the phone, it reduces the sound of the handset, the volume of the ringtone. Then we've got the draw, which is to be honest, features that do come along from P10 and even P9. So with your knuckle you can draw C, for example, to start the camera, and so on. Split screen gesture. Now this works both ways, so you can either draw a line with your knuckle or you can double tap the multitasking button twice. Voice control, so voice wake up. To be honest, I didn't know what that is, but what it does is that it wakes up the phone. So if you say, "Where are you?" the phone will start making noise. Or if you say, "Hey Google," the phone will turn itself on. You don't have to press any button or anything like anything like that. So it works with both MIUI and Google now. The phone comes with 128 gigabytes of internal storage, unfortunately unexpendable, so that's all you get. In terms of sound, the new addition is obviously the Dolby Atmos, which you can either leave in the smart mode, where it tries to measure what you're listening to, what you're watching, or you can set it manually to film or music mode, which enhances the experience depending on the mode. To be honest, not much more in here. Obviously you can change the ringtones and all that jazz, like box standards. No equalizer, however, when you do plug in the headphones, which are in the box, you do get the equalizer. Now, natural tone is an interesting thing. It's like the iPhone True Tone display, so it adapts the display color to the ambient lighting, so works really well. to be honest. The eye comfort mode is like, again, iOS night shift mode, which reduces the blue hue and makes your eyes feel less strained. Full screen display, so you can set which apps you want to work in full screen. Now do bear in mind there is a notch which you can kind of remove, but obviously it's a hardware piece, so it does have the bar, but at least if you don't run the apps in full screen mode, the notch doesn't cover any part of the app you're launching. So for example, in games, if you do run them in full screen mode, unfortunately the notch covers some bits of the gaming. Now, screen resolution, you can reduce that if you want to improve the performance, but to be honest, with the Kirin 970 running in the phone, you don't really need to do that. You do have certain power saving modes which do slow down the processor itself. But yeah, easy projection, first unveiled on the Mate 10 Pro, allows you to move. So it was called EMUI Desktop, then it was called EMUI Projection, now it's called Easy Projection. Basically it's like Samsung DeX, but without the expensive cradle that you have to buy. It's all built into the phone. All you need is a Type C to HDMI and port, and that's about it. So yeah, the most important bit on the new phone is definitely the camera. So it's not the Pro, doesn't come with free cameras, but it still is pretty decent. So what we've got in here is we've got a 20 megapixel camera with the RGB snapper being 12 megapixel and the black and white monochrome being 20 megapixel. None of them is optically image stabilized. However, Huawei uses a AI assisted optical image stabilization. So I'm gonna 4D predictive focus. I'm gonna check that in the full review. So now you don't have the menus from the far left. So you had like a slide-in menu from the left. Now it's all on the bottom, like on the iPhone, to be honest. I mean, it does look iOS-ish a bit. So that's the wide aperture mode, now only called aperture. So the RGB is 1.8, the monochrome lens is f-stop 1.6. So yeah, that allows you for the wide aperture effects. Now that's obviously the slider on the bottom is software only, it's not manual shutter like on the S9, like a mechanical one. But it does its job pretty well. Now obviously there is a lot going on in the portrait mode, which again this kind of resembles the iOS, and I'm going to focus on that further in the full review. However, there is a lot going on with the AI that assists the camera. So in terms of video, you've got the 4K but only in 30 frames, Full HD Plus in 60 frames, and Full HD in normal 30 or 60. Now, I've noticed, and I'll show you that in a second, that the AI does a lot of things for you, to be honest. That's a full manual mode in video and obviously photo as well. So in terms of AI, like if you point the phone at someone's face, it automatically changes to portrait mode and blurs the background. Works really well, which again, like I said, I'll show you in a second. But yeah, that's the manual mode. And these are the additional modes that come as well. So you can clearly see that the phone is camera rich. Now if you click on the eye, it explains every single option to you. So what is the aperture mode, what is the portrait mode, what is the pro mode, slow-mo, because obviously it records in 960 frames per second, sadly only in 720p. So yeah, light painting, HDR, 3D panorama, watermark, which leaves a watermark that unfortunately you can't customize, and it says taken with Huawei P20. And the Leica branding. So now I'm going to go to the gallery and show you. So yeah, these are the pictures. I haven't chosen portrait mode. It's the picture I've took in standard mode, but the AI has blurred the background, like I said. So as you can see, does the job really well. Again, I'm going to test it even further, but the color reproduction is really good as well. So overall, pretty impressed. Now I'm gonna play a video in a second, but let me get back to what you get in the phone before that. So apart from that, you do get the standard Huawei tools, which is like a translator, works as a live translator, and so on, so on. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna play the video now, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.